God is good, and with each day that passes brings us a day closer to the launch of Pantheon Rise of the Fallen. This is the Nathan Napalm channel, and if you're new here, please consider subscribing. And today, guys, I've got some major big news. So a while back, you maybe remember that Visionary Realms was talking about they're going to do this demo, this kind of build of the game that you could kind of in a shorter session, a couple of hours, get a feel for what Pantheon Rise of the Fallen was all about and how it was going to play, and just get a really good taste of it, right? And they need this evaluation build in order to show it to investors or publishers or whoever maybe wants to see what Pantheon is. This is a really good way to show what the game is in a smaller kind of way, because showing off an MMO is pretty complicated, right? Because to really get a full understanding of an MMO, you need to play it for a ridiculously long time. It's not something like you can pick up Breath of the Wild and play it for a couple of hours and be like, okay, I pretty much got a general feel for what this game is. MMOs, you start out at low level, and that is not indicative of how the game is going to end up playing, right? At all. Not the class, not the world, not the mobs, not the boss fights, not the dungeons, not, you know, any of the content. That takes so much time. So what they've done here is they've made this build that really shows off, obviously not everything, but it shows off the perception system, it shows off the class, it shows off the abilities, it shows off bosses and dungeon crawling and all kinds of elements in the kind of addictive gameplay. And also, gotta say, that in their evaluation build that we got to see with Cohh Carnage, by the way, that's who you see in the video, he's the one who streamed it and showed it off to everybody first yesterday at the time of recording anyway, and what a fantastic job they did. I mean, this evaluation build, I felt like really deeply even showed me, who's followed the game all this time, so much more stuff I wanted to hear, stuff I needed to see, good for the soul kind of content here, and that really just embodies what Pantheon Rise of the Fallen is trying to be, which is a social, challenging, interactive, fun world. And even though this does not show off wide open zones and all the cool things that are going to be in Pantheon, it does show attention to detail. It shows these guys know how to make beautiful soundtracks. I mean, so does music, man. Crazy. I'm gonna play a clip where you can kind of hear a song in it, and there was lots of times where I was just like, whoa, this is like super high quality music playing right now. So I'll play a clip here in a little bit so you can get a feeling for what I mean by that. But definitely go check it out. You can actually watch it on the official Pantheon Rise of the Fallen YouTube page. They posted the entire Cohh Carnage stream. Fantastic job though, and I'm super excited, and we're going to break down a couple of things I noticed in this video and talk about it in a little bit more detail on some stuff I noticed that really stuck out to me during this stream. Of course, there's lots of content here, so I'm going to be breaking this down and making a bunch of videos over the next few coming days. So we got a lot to work with here. It was a 2-hour stream, tons of things happened, fantastic. But a couple things I want to break up real quick in this video. So before we begin though, I do want to give a big shout out to the members of Napalm. Thank you all so very much for supporting this channel. I could not do it without you. Appreciate you guys so much. And if you're interested in becoming a member and helping support the channel, please click the join button down below for more information. All right, let's get started.
For you today, we're very excited. A lot of work has gone into this. It is, what we're going to see is a sort of a dungeon that we're using for an upcoming evaluator build. So this is the kind of thing that we'll hand off to potential partners to take a look, see what Pantheon's all about. It includes most, if not all, of our major systems in there, in a very organic, fun game session.
So a couple of things to take away from that, right? So that was Ben Dean explaining what this evaluation is, but main takeaway from that is that this compacts what Pantheon is in a way that you can experience it quickly and learn what it is, like I said before. But for investors or publishers, they can really show this off. And by the way, I think this is going to sell just about anybody on this vision and what Pantheon is building, what Visionary Realms has done. But let's continue.
And finally, what type of training are you seeking here? I think the Hidden Society sounds cool. It's just my luck that we would have another rogue drift through here. She glares at you, shaking her head. Your registry is complete. We're finished here. But let me warn you, don't try anything foolish around me, understand? Now that we're clear, head upstairs and speak to Mazric for further instructions.
Okay, so this part I thought was really interesting because he had 3 options there. He could have picked the Dark Trade, the Assassin's Guild, or the Hidden Society. Now, all of these are rogue-like, right? So that's a class he's playing as a rogue, and so the Dark Trade, the Assassin's Guild, or the Hidden Society. It feels like, and obviously I can't test this unless Visionary Realms gives me access to this particular build, but it sure does seem like that these are 3 different paths you could take in different types of training that would change the story element of this build, which once again, that is a part of Pantheon, right? Is allowing choice in conversations with the NPCs that actually does affect conversations later with other NPCs, with factions, with everything around the world. So I thought this was right off the bat, very beginning, first NPC you talk to, and immediately you're presented with a choice in how you want to proceed and what you're most interested in, what sounds like it has the most value for you, the player, in this world that you just got dumped into. And I think that's really powerful, right? That would intrigue me immediately, right? And your MMO needs a catch. Some kind of, and it doesn't have to be some kind of phony gimmick, right? It just needs to draw you into the world as quickly as possible. In something like this, giving the player choice and giving the player an option for how they want to do this makes it feel like you already are taking ownership on your character, on this world, and how you want to interact with it. And I think that's super powerful and something definitely worth note. But let's continue. Now, another thing I want to point out that I can just show some footage of him kind of perusing through some things was just how many things there was, how many books you could read, how many clickables there was of just more information and just deep diving in on various different things. So information overload basically, and just so much interactable things that really blew my mind. So it kind of shows this attention to detail that the developers have in creating this world, that it's more to them than simply, you know, making some quests, slapping them on, right? Like, this is some deep detail. This is some Elder Scrolls type of deep digging into books and poems and all kinds of additional information that you can soak in if you're super nerdy, which, let's be honest here, I think that's kind of the crowd we're going for with Pantheon Rise of the Fallen. So really enjoyed seeing that, and it was overwhelming, actually. Even Cohh Carnage, who that's his thing, right? Reading all this stuff and digging into the lore and just being super nerdy. That is what Cohh Carnage does. It's what he's known for. And even he, at one point, was actually like, wow, this is a lot of text, a lot of information, a lot of reading, and a lot of just detail here. And you know, if you impress Cohh Carnage, who is a professional streamer, then I think you're on the right path. But let's continue.
Oh, dude, the lore is real. But I'm seeing every single ability also can be upgraded. Oh, here it is, 19.
Yep, that's our mastery system. So before you spend any more,
okay,
I'm going to give you 12 points. You can spend 12 points however you wish.
Great.
Mastery is turned on right now fully for testing purposes. So I'm going to limit you to 12 points.
Okay.
So you spent 4. You can spend...
I think I spent a bunch. I maxed out backstab, yeah.
It's like you're taking him to a candy store. Now, Cohh, you can only have 12 points, you know. Be sure to spend them wisely. Get what you want.
Pretty much. I'll keep them how they are right now, but it looks like every single ability can be upgraded 3 times as well.
Yep, that's correct.
So getting to see him spend his mastery points, by the way, and also get full confirmation, which we kind of already had, but getting to see it in action, that, you know, you're going to get to spend and decide, and it's not like you can upgrade them all, right? Like, you're going to have to be smart, especially while leveling up, and make sure that you're putting the points wisely into the ones you want to have more impact on, right? To kind of, and that's where, yes, each class has its own identity, which is a big part of Pantheon. However, you have some flexibility with how you want your class to play, which will make you a little bit different than the other rogue, than the other paladin, than the other wizard, than the other enchanter, etc., that might be in groups. So you can be unique, and I love that about Pantheon, because I want classes to have an identity and the class be what the class is supposed to be. But I also really enjoy playing with a ranger. I mean, like, whoa, I've never seen a ranger play like this before. That's something that EverQuest did really well, that because of the mastery system and a couple of other things dealing with the way the classes are laid out, I can see that that's also going to be alive and well in Pantheon, and that is really great news. But let's move forward.
Oh, What's up, dude? Oh, I want to talk to that guy. Did you not eat breakfast? Can you talk to that thing? Asarde shil tirainuga. Well, what do you want me to do about that, Rash? Utasait oi unuyawa ote asire. And he laughs. What?
All right, so in this scene, a couple of things, right? We got a cool werewolf, right? He's speaking a different language, right? So people play EverQuest, probably familiar with different races, sometimes speak a different language, and you can learn that language in various different ways. And I really can't help but feel like that's a nod that, yes, it is going to be in this game. Now, what about races in the game that you can pick? I don't know yet. However, I do think that there is probably a way to do a faction type thing and get faction up or get tomes or something to learn this language, and right there was a first nod that I can think of, at least in Pantheon, that probably is going to be so. Anyway,
Dio Gracias. Ooh. Greetings, welcome to the Fortress Deviere. The man muses to himself as if you aren't there. Another wayward soul come to raise his fortunes on the edge of the world. You'll want to speak with Thalius about your training in cave climbing. Thankfully, I've been released from that burden. Thank you. Ooh. Azure Orchid. The blue crystal glistens even in the pale candlelight. Unlike everything else in the Fortress Deviere, this orchid feels warm to the touch, yet it leaves a chill in my bones. When I hold it close to my ear, I can almost sense a rhythm, perhaps even a voice, but the more I try to hear it, the further it moves away.
that music is awesome and it fits the storytelling so well that I had to include that clip in there. Hope you guys agree. It reminded me like a Harry Potter. Like, that's high quality, guys. That's AAA, and there's more on that. I'm gonna play another clip here in a little bit, but man, the music, wow. Freaking get me excited, guys, and the storytelling in these scenes is incredible. You have to watch full stream to really get the feel for it, but very, like, super nerdy, like Elder Scrolls kind of storytelling going on here, man. It's awesome. But anyway, let's keep going.
So the way quests work in the game, you've got your typical quests, your what we call basic quests, which is kind of what Cohh did at the beginning with Mazrik, where you have an objective and you go and do it. But there's a deeper storyline system called the perception system that we've built, which is really less, accepting quests and completing quests the way we're mostly used to, and more about following your intuition, being guided through environmental storytelling, clues in the environment, and it's a much more subtle but immersive system. And you'll see a little bit of that at work here as we move along.
Now, as Cohh enters into this dungeon-type area, he has to get a torch because it's really dark, and I want to comment on that because I like my MMOs when they're dark to be freaking dark, not this fake blue kind of effect. Now, I turned up the brightness for the sake of the video so that you guys can kind of see it a little bit better, but man, their dark is dark. You need a freaking torch to see down there, and I really enjoy that, and I think that brings a lot of immersiveness, and the lighting effects, I want you to pay attention to that as well because they look fan-freaking-tastic. But let's continue.
In an actual climate, then it will also show a few more bits of information as well.
Cool, great. Okay, some stuff there, great, cool. Area mining, I'll take it. So if we get close to these crystals, oh, we're in a toxic environment. Hungry fumes. Ouch. Okay. Well.
There's a little bit of the environment fighting back there, which he was warned about. You get near those crystals, and throughout this stream, you'll see as they're fighting, you got to kind of be more strategic about where you stand because those give off a toxic fume, which, isn't good, and it kills you. So I really like that because that's part of that PvE where you're actually versus the environment and not just mobs, and it was really cool to see that.
There's not any crafting in this demo, is there?
Yep, crafting's in.
There is.
Mm-hmm. And there's you need to right-click those crafting stations to open them up.
Ah. Oh. Okay. Fused with a metal bar and hilt. I would put like made small open hilt.
You just right click them.
Yeah.
There you go.
And then do I have a metal bar? We got a chunk of iron. Maybe I have to make the bar first. Metal bar. 3 chunks of metal. Do we have 3 chunks of metal? We have chunks of tascium. Didn't work. That makes sense. Let's see. How do I split these? Or can I put in a single one?
It'll count as a single one, even if it's a stack. It'll just take what it needs.
So I didn't have the right metal for that. We got
Yeah, you
silver
might not have
nuggets,
it yet.
chunks of iron. Alright, cool. And maybe sounds like a plan.
At least until we get a little bit further in here.
Oh, the crystals.
So if you notice, when your torch is out, there's 2 Celis creepers. One of them just is normal. One of them says pyrophobic. It's actually afraid of fire. And this is our disposition system.
Oh.
So if you have a torch pulled out, that spider's not going to actually engage. It's just going to run away.
This guy here?
Mm-hmm.
Pyrophobic Celis creeper. Yeah, look at that. He doesn't want to go that way because there's torches. Velis. Uh-oh. So... Can we, like, jump and grab the wall?
You can try whatever you want to try.
Let us know.
I'm going to probably just try and climb down, though.
Yeah, that's right. There we
There you
go. Nice. Oh, pyrophobic.
Train from the best.
Oh, God. What is this thing? Digging the look of this dungeon, too. Very organic.
Forward, one more thing I want to walk you through. If you open your inventory, you'll see an alchemy field kit. When you, back in the Battle Master's room, you opened one of the chests and you got some ingredients.
Catalyst, flask of waters, empty vials.
Yep. If you want to put, you picked up some mushrooms too, didn't you?
Did.
Put mushrooms, flask of water, empty vial, and the basic catalyst all in the field kit, and then combine those together.
Yo, vial of synthetic toxin?
Yep. Now you can right-click that, and then to activate it, and then left-click on your dagger.
I like it. 59 minutes of synthetic toxin. Oh, that's a nice long buff, too.
Talented people on staff.
So I just got a breastplate for a rogue. We want to grab this. And then a skill?
Oh, nice. You got I think what is it called?
Brutal gash, I think?
Yeah, that's an upgrade to your gash ability. Nice.
So this is going to replace it?
Yep.
Oh, look at that.
And just to answer a question I see in chat, yes, there will be certain abilities and skills that you will only be able to get through adventuring. You're not going to be able to buy all of them from vendors. You'll have to actually go out and find some of them, especially the more exotic, most powerful ones.
So, for instance, a character will have to travel all over the world, potentially, to fully flesh out their character.
Exactly.
I'm just going to bring these guys out so we don't have to fight in it.
Not only travel over the world, but then, like, camp loot in different parts of the world.
Waiter experience, it is intentionally a little bit undertuned just to, provide the best, smoothest experience, because we don't always know the player skill of the person who's going to be previewing the game, and so we opted to go a little bit under. But this is not representative of the actual difficulty and challenge that the launch game will provide.
Here on Twitch, we call that game journalist difficulty. Yes.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Coming from a game journalist background, I know exactly what you mean by that term, too.
Pretty cool. Oh, we're getting ads. We're getting ads.
Yeah, I'm stunned. I'm going to ignore the ads because I want to keep aggro of Cohh.
Okay. Burn her down! Oh my lord, look at all this stuff going on. Oh my Jesus. Okay. I'm exploding in a black hole. What is this? Jesus. Okay, let me see if can I throw this down?
Come on.
Oh, I'm on. Did I fall into a trap?
I want to use my provoking phantoms.
I think I'm.
There she is.
I am trapped, or oh, there we go. Okay. I'm gonna try to use my AOE stun here. Should we work down the ads? Oh my god,
Yeah,
so many of them. Okay.
Sure. I'm just not using all of my taunts on them.
Now I don't think there's one in yet, but there will be an assist system. I'm assuming, right? So me and you can be sticking to the. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, very much so.
Healer's in the black hole.
Oh, I like that effect, man. That is a cool effect.
Stay alive.
Okay,
Okay, let's take Alice next.
Alice. I'm gonna go ahead and snare him, so run around if you need to.
Okay. Perik next.
Perik next.
Get aggro on Cohh again.
So as you can see, it was just information overload, man. It's such a good demo. I did my best in the editing of this video to show you guys all the major points and all the really awesome things it was seeing. That music there at the boss at the end of this demo or what have you was fantastic, and the fight was cool. Special effects were good. There was some social kind of gameplay there, a little bit of now, like Joppa said, that's why I put that clip in there. They did have to tone the difficulty down a little bit, so it would be actually a little bit more difficult if you were the one actually there with this fight, but still you could see that there was mechanics happening. It was a cool fight and it looked beautiful, and by the way, Joppa did some clutch healing there at one point and really pulled the group through. Loved watching that too. That was very entertaining, and wow, what a cool game. I just gotta say that the interactability in this game, just the amount of things that Cohh was interacting with and opening and taking things and all that. I've only really played one other game in my entire life that really gave me those kind of feels, and that was, of course, the Elder Scrolls, especially the older ones, right? Like Morrowind. Not to say that Skyrim didn't have that as well, it did, but there was just something so interactive about Morrowind, probably because that kind of gameplay was just unheard of at that time, and an MMO having that is also unheard of even at this time. So just climbing and the exploration and all the interactive things and all the storytelling and the music and everything just came together so well. This is the most exciting time for Pantheon Rise of the Fallen's development, in my opinion, with this released, and for publishers to be able to get their hands on this, or investors. And man, somebody better snag this baby up, because this is a sweet little deal here, and I'm so proud to even be a content creator for a game that's shaping up this beautifully. I am beyond excited, guys. This got me so pumped up. It is insane. I think that this stream, this demo really actually shows so much about what Pantheon is that I've got content for so long, guys. I'm going to break down stuff and talk about it in high detail. So if you're not already subscribed, please do that. And I already have over 200 videos about Pantheon Rise of the Fallen, so you can catch up to speed. I recommend starting with the one called Pantheon Rise of the Fallen Explained, because I feel like it really breaks down the key tenets and what Pantheon is. But we are going to be breaking this entire gameplay footage down very heavily on the channel. I hope you join me for that. And guys, I hope you enjoyed the video today. A lot of information here, a lot to talk about, so head to the comments, start talking. What got you pumped? Are you pumped? What do you think? What did you think of this? And all that kind of thing. Now, I'm going to do my darndest to get into this and stream this, or at least be able to play it and then present it to you guys, because there's a lot of things that I'd like to try based on what I saw Cohh do, and try to do some different things. And all, there's just so much, guys. It's exciting. I hope you're pumped. I am. And if you've not already got a pledge package, what in the heck are you doing? Head over to PantheonMMO.com and get you a pledge package so that you can get in on pre-alpha and alpha coming, what I think to be pretty soon. And guys, until next time, God bless and happy gaming. Please listen to what I say. I've been making videos all day. It's a video buffet, you can even hit replay. But please just subscribe, I can't even describe being part of my tribe. I'll even offer you a prize, but just please just subscribe and hit the bell notification too.